Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. We're reading for the third week of April or the week ahead. So let's go ahead and see what your situation is. I have started TikTok. It's going well there. But you know what? The reason I brought it up is because I find it interesting how the audience is slightly different because the readings are slightly different from YouTube. So I thought that was interesting. All right. Long story short, here we are. Also, I have started doing extended readings. It is the link below in the description box. You can just hop on over there. I was going to do it on membership, but it looks like everybody prefers to have a single purchase opportunity. All right, with that said, give me the situation for my Capricorn, please. What's going on here the second to third, mainly the third week of August, please. We have now these planets finally going direct, especially Mercury. So things should be definitely getting a little bit better for you, Capricorn. Or not. I don't know what's happening here with these two fours. This Four of Cups talks about unrequited love. Not enough of chemistry between somebody here in a couplehood. But it also talks about being bored. It also says things like, not for me, not interested. This job isn't for me. This friendship isn't for me. I'm not really into this thing. But here's where it gets interesting. You have the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and right behind that card is you, the Queen of Pentacles, being stable, earthy, grounded. Guys, I think you're leveling up in something. I don't know if you're getting a promotion or upgrading your house, your car, quite literally, or you're upgrading a relationship. But over here, we've got something unrequited or something not for you that you don't want. Now, I don't know if these are two different things. We'll see when we clarify, because some of you could be running two scenarios, like two relationships or two side hustles. I don't know what the deal is, but we sure shall see. But for me, looks like you're going to take a leap of faith and a risk towards that thing that you love. And I do see the new thing back here. I don't know. I see you flip-flopping a little. Let's see what's going on. What's coming in towards my Capricorn, please? 1 minute you're like, yeah, I'm going to go with my lover and do this and that. And then the next minute you're like, no, wait a minute. I got to find somebody more stable. I've got to be serious. It's funny. It's because Capricorn. It's because Saturn, your ruling planet, is going through Aries retrograde. And it's going to be there for a hot minute. It's doing a number on you. Okay? And that's your fellow cardinal sign. Now, with that said, now I can see why you have unrequited love. You have the Hermit card, which is Virgo energy, by the way. You're retracting your energy. You're taking a retreat. You're saying, okay, it's time out time. I don't feel like talking to people. I don't feel like talking to my coworkers. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like looking at social media. Maybe you're stalking. I don't know. But you're totally retracting your energy because you're trying to make a wise decision. Something has affected you. Something has bothered you. We will clarify and we'll see. But more than anything, I do know for a fact that you are dealing with a lot of heartache and pain. It's right there. You feel left out in the cold and lonely. And then there's the guilt and regret. Cards don't lie, guys. Cards don't lie. Just kidding. No, but seriously. Something is truly affecting you. And this could be like your coworkers or your work environment. Very much relationship here also. So what is it that Capricorn does not see coming their way? Sometimes I feel like you're misunderstood, Capricorn. And you guys like compartmentalize a lot of things in your life. And that's so you can be efficient and, you know, move forward with things that you need to do. I feel like sometimes the signs and the people that you deal with don't see it that way. Sometimes. But now that we have Mercury going direct finally, it's like the cloud is lifted for everybody. And everybody's like, you know, I can finally see what that hot mess was all about from my past. While others went back and fixed it and moving on. All right, what is it that Capricorn doesn't see coming their way, please? I saw the Lover. I'm being crazy. I saw the Lover peeking out. Ooh, this to me is making a lot of sense. All right, here's your card. This is you, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, but this is you being nurturing, loving, kind, caring, and you're in the upright position. You're shelling out and you're dishing out a lot of nurturing, of caring, and being there for everyone and everything. But I also see the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is a fresh new start in love. 9 times out of 10, guys, this is a brand new person. This can be a new job that you will love to do. It's not telling me about the coin. It's just telling me about the feeling. All right? But behind it is the devil. Repeating patterns, saying toxic things to ourselves or allowing toxic individuals into our world. And you walking away, remaining focused and rigid to not change, right? This is not that year, Capricorn. It is not. This is the year of change, whether you like it or not. And if you fight it, the universe will bring it back to you in the most painful way so you can say, okay, I really need to get rid of this. It's not working. All right, let's see what's going on here in the advice. So it might work temporarily, but not forever. Because the universe this year, particular 2025, it's asking the collective, I need big changes from all of you. All of you. Because what's coming in 2026 to 2027, it's not going to be normal. It's going to be very different from what you're all used to. And I want you guys to think outside the box. I'm not just talking about the people. I'm talking about the economy, the world as a whole, how we perceive ourselves with humankind in general, humanity, right? The things that you said, the evolution of technology, all of those things take adjustment periods, but there's going to be so much massive changes and differences that are coming our way. The universe is kind of gently nudging everyone this year. We're like, look, there's some shit you're going to have to change quickly for and get used to. So let me tell you right now what's happening. And all these planets that were going retrograde, which are influenced. I know I should not be talking about astrology, as I am not an astrologer, I'm a tarot reader. But I'm telling you, looking at these cards, this is what it's reminding me of, right? Because you have the 5 of Cups in your advice position. And it's telling you, there's no more space for the guilt, the regrets. It's done. It's spilled milk. It's gone. Go get new milk. It was going to expire anyway. Don't worry about it. And that which is meant for you won't pass you by. There's more milk in the store for you to go get. No worries. All right? Because the universe is also saying, now you're going to realize maybe you're lactose intolerant. What the fuck do I know? Maybe that milk wasn't good for you. Maybe that brand wasn't good for you. Maybe that milk that fell out there had, like, I don't know, was contaminated. Would have got you sick. You never know. Rejection is protection, always. Again, the reason I'm bringing this up to you guys is because you have to make a final judgment call. In your advice, you have the 5 of Cups. You can pine away for the loss, or you can turn around and say, you know what? Let me do a 180, see what's going on back here. Because it looks like I got cups of abundance back there. I got my children. I got my job. I got my friends. I got my support system. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's good. Maybe this part of my love life just died. And eventually I'll find something better. Maybe it's flipped. Maybe you have another person that you're working with. Maybe you do have another romantic partner. Maybe it's more tangible to be with that individual versus what you lost, right? Because it's telling you, you need to make a judgment call. You have abundance to work with. What is the outcome of the week, please, for Capricorn? Okay, Star card, which is Aquarius energy, and the 2 of Wands, and then Taurus energy with Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. The first initial thought that I got, for those of you who are dealing with work, I think a lot of you are outgrowing your positions. It might not seem that way, and it might seem like you don't want to move or, shake a tail feather, but, it is saying that you are glowing up. You are finding some stardom, and because of that reason, now you're starting to look elsewhere, or you're looking out into your future for something different, something new. That's a future prediction. So a lot of you might be saying, no, that's not me. I'm going to tell you how things change. They just do. How do they change? By our external environment and our surroundings. You just don't know what the hell is going to happen tomorrow, where you're going to have to adjust to the changes. Remember, I was just telling you 5 seconds ago about evolution and, the things that are coming. Knock on wood, you don't know tomorrow if there's going to be like a storm that uproots your whole entire town and you've got to leave. That's the big changes I'm talking about, that the universe is uprooting a big part of your worlds to change. And the reason for this is because it works in a way where everyone benefits from humanity and also has to give back to humanity. So if you're not in that position, you're just, you've done your life path. It's that simple. Some of us are here to rear children, and those children will become something. Some of us are here to guide others. Some of us are here to build something, make something, invent something. There's all these reasons. But what if there's that one other person in your love life that stops you from getting to that goal, that place? What if your mind sticks to the past with somebody old that you've just, you've graduated them, and this new person motivates you into something grander, bigger, nicer? That. Or maybe you're just done. You've completed your mission and now you're allowed to enjoy fucking life. You never really know, Capricorn. And again, I don't want to sound too speechy or preachy, because some of you might have ended a marriage or a commitment here, and I see you holding on to it. I think this is why. I think that once you have this honest conversation with yourself and your person, you're going to realize that you're going to have to make a sacrifice. Then you realize that you get to be curious to see what else is out there, and then you eventually leave. You officially let something die, and then you allow this to come in. Invitations to talk to people heart to heart, or invitations for new jobs, new positions, new things. I can see it all coming down the pike, but remember, the back of the deck is down the pike. These are the energies you're dealing with this week coming. Now, do we want to do light and fluffy, or do you want honesty? I'm leaning towards the honesty deck. Guys, as a reader, I'm the tough love one, because I like to use the tarot as a tool, right? To see things coming, and to also mitigate my problems or my issues, or to highlight what I need to see. So maybe I could stop it, or maybe I can flow with it and it'll feel less painful and easier to deal with, right? Because these are the people that tend to come here to learn things about themselves, their partner, their place, their space, all their energies, all of that stuff. When you're on when you're doing good and you're great, a lot of people just, stop. They stop doing the tarot, or they stop saying, okay, I don't need to evolve anymore. I'm done. I'm good. I'm happy. And then they come back when there's another problem. But it's a work in progress. Always is, always will be. And that's why I love tarot. But I hope you guys can use it the same way. Now, Four of Cups. Also, did I mention? Yes, I did mention the extended. The extended is mostly about love, guys. We do clarify the oracle cards, and we also go into your person's thoughts and feelings and actions, things like that. Now, some of you could be dealing with the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This has come to a close. This has come to an end of a chapter, or there's part of your life that has ended. You are about to begin a new chapter. But there's unrequited love here with this individual. Either you didn't allow your heart space to open up for them to come in, or it's just not for you. But that's the person. They don't have to be an air sign. They'd just be somebody who doesn't really scream the I love yous. They're very cerebral in their heads, analytical, those type of individuals. Okay. What is the Hermit, please? There's somebody here or someone here who wants to elevate with you, and you're taking a time out to think about it, because there is somebody here who's emotionally mature and available for you. So see, now I'm seeing two kings. That means the opposing energy. I see two different individuals is my point. But this one, who is emotionally mature and available, wants to move in, wants to elevate, wants to be boyfriend, girlfriend, wants to be a spouse, wants to get engaged, wants to do something. But you're not saying anything because you're thinking about it. Make no mistake, they make you happy. Here's the problem, though. If you don't say anything soon, they might leave too, because they don't know what's going on in your mind. Capricorn, I know they make you happy, but you're still trying to make that wise judgment call. Oh, I think the thing that makes you happy, I'm sorry, I take that back, because I just saw the Six of Wands behind it. That's an ego boost. So the thing that does make you happy is that the person comes back to you. And then you're like, Yeah, I knew it. But it makes you feel good. What is the Queen of Pentacles? Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Page of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, God, guys. I can't even begin to tell you how I'm just, like, done with people pleasing. I don't mean you guys. I mean, like, the energy I'm feeling right now as I'm reading these cards. I don't know if this is what's happening to you, but I see you resisting someone. I see you being like holding them off and being like, you know what, and stalking them a little bit. But here's the interesting thing. You do end up having an honest conversation here with somebody. The Seven of Wands, you're like, look, I need to find my stability. So you resist someone. You say something to them or they say something to you. And I don't know, the stalking starts happening. Did I make a wise judgment call? Did I make the right decision? Are they better off without me? You're looking at your ex. You're doing something. But I do see the Ace of Pentacles here, which is kind of telling me, guys, that this is going to be a solid new start somewhere. All right. Why is Five of Cups here for Capricorn, please? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe the third party is over, regardless if it was your marriage or the Mr. or mistress or whatever, third angle situation scenario. You're going to start working towards your craft, your hobby, or at least you should. But don't feel any guilt or regret that one part of your life has ended, is what it's saying. Your advice is telling you, move forward. You don't need a third party. You don't need a third angle. It's just making it complicated and confusing for you. There's somebody here who loves you and cares for you. You can go for that. You, on the other hand, you're out there at the portal, at the door, saying, you know what, I'm going to remain positive and hopeful. I'm going to leave and I'm going to do the new thing. What's the Two of Wands in the Star card? Don't get me wrong, you're struggling to make a decision. Two twos, you're at the choice-making barrier. You are trying to manifest, though, something. Getting yourself unstuck from a scenario so you can move forward to another. But because you can't, or because you think it's too, like, complicated or annoying, you're just moving forward. You're like onward and upward for me. I think you've kind of like blocked it in your mind and you said, you know what, no. That's done. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward. That's the vibe I'm getting from you guys. Kind of sexy. Just kidding. What's going on here for Capricorn, please? Yeah, I think a lot of you met somebody new and you've decided to move forward with that, regardless that there might be a little bit unrequited love. I think that you are just taking it's the way you're processing something. But they're telling you, listen, the way you are processing it, you don't need to feel guilt, regret, loss. You don't have to feel any of those things. Just let it go and let it be. You got romantic feelings. So in the extended, we're going to clarify this. This to me always makes me feel like this is somebody new. But it could also mean somebody that you might have unrequited feelings for. They do have real romantic feelings for you. We'll see when we clarify in the extended and know exactly what that is talking about. Let's pull one more card from Angels of Abundance for those of you that are here for health or wealth and not love. Capricorn, please. Or just simple advice on how to move forward with something that might be on your mind. Detox your friendships. Holy shit. This is the change I'm talking about. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and your relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Detox your friendships. Listen, misery loves company. You don't need that. That's just going to bring you steps down. Or somebody who doesn't have like yearning for goals or a future. Again, they're not going to help you be where you need to be. You need to rub shoulders, Capricorn, with the people that you admire or would like to be with, or in the position that they're in, or to learn something. That's what you need to do. Detox your friends. Because that's just crazy. I've never gotten that card before. All right. Those of you who are doing the extended, I'll see you over there. Everyone else, I'll see you on the next one.